Okay, what I want to introduce you to today is the range of ways you can incorporate Jolly Phonics into your classroom. There have traditionally been two ways. One way was to use the teacher book in conjunction with the 3 pupils books. The teacher book would give you all the lesson plans and the background and the introduction and how you go about teaching the content in these books. Traditionally, the second way was to use the phonics handbook, which has photocopiable resources. Personally, I like to use both at the same time. In a place where I have the resource, I would use the teacher book and the handbook in conjunction, because the handbook has far more photocopiable resources in the back, but the teacher book has more creative ideas as you get up through pupil book 2 and 3. They work really well together in tandem. However, and of course you would use any of the range of resources. There's a bunch of real concrete resources you can use with the magnets and the flashcards and the word cards and the puppets and all kinds of really interesting, engaging resources. But I'm excited to introduce the Jolly Classroom app. It's a digital resource and it's an absolute treasure. You'll see in the icon here, it's on a tablet, it can be on a laptop, it can be on a smart board, it can be on any device. It's got it for Android, it's got it for iOS, for Apple, for Windows. And with a single login voucher, a single login, you can download the app to any of your devices, or you can use it directly online. Let's have a quick look at the product. And I just want to show you a few of the features, really. It's really, really useful. This is the landing page, and this would give you what you call the at a glance of activities. All right. Now, this would show you your core lessons here, which cover all your 5 skills. All right. There's sound, letter formation, blending, segmentation, tricky words. They're all here. And then some enrichment activities, some extra games and activities. Now, this is also a great way to give yourself some creative ideas for the classroom. If you want to make the real, concrete, actual games to play, or you can play them electronically. All right. Step 1 is pupil book 1. Step 2, pupil book 2. Step 3, pupil book 3. Now, this actually can work as a standalone product because the worksheets are available for download here. However, it's always better to have the actual print book because it's far more engaging for a student and they're in color, and it will end up being cheaper than printing individual sheets. However, they are good as a intervention resource, as a review, or a differentiated classroom resource. Now, the first feature I want to bring out to you is when you scroll down here on the sidebar, you can just immediately download the app to work offline for your Android, Windows, iOS, or Mac, as I said. And it also works directly online. This is the direct online version, straight through the web portal. You'll also notice here I've got a bunch of classes all set up with the same login ID. So you go down to your settings. There's your subscription that you've got here. You can set up here how many classes you have, whether you're going to use precursive, sorry Inky, let me move you out of the way, whether you're going to do precursive or print, British or American. It's fully adaptable. And then up here, you can add as many teachers as your school needs. You can also add as many classes as your school needs. So you can see I administer quite a few classes here. Let's go into my class and you can see step 1, it will record your progress through each of the sounds. Step 1, step 2, all 14 units are right there. Oh, sorry, 13 units. Step 3, 13 units. They're even set up into skills when you're in step 2 and step 3. When you go into the sound you're on, you can begin the lesson. And it will walk you through every aspect. You can see here the various aspects of the lesson, from a review of previous sounds, listen and write of previous sounds. You'll hear a word or hear a sound, ask the students to encode it either directly on the screen or on a small whiteboard or onto note paper. It's entirely up to the teacher. It will then guide you through the lesson plan for the new story, the new sound, coming out of a story with an action, formation, blending, segmenting. And there's some enrichment activities, a song, and eventually the principal worksheet. The flashcards are great. You have a full review of everything. The kids can race to say the sound. Ha, ta, s, ha, k. Yeah, you can keep doing that, or you can jump straight over to the next activity. And your kids will be asked to encode directly on the screen the sound they are hearing. It's really useful. This works as a great lesson plan guide for teachers that need assistance in planning the scope and the sequence and the pacing of each lesson. You can keep going through and it'll get to the story of Rrr, and it's in there for you.
Robert's family has a playful new puppy, but they cannot decide what to call him.
Now you can use the story, you can show the text of the story, or you can just elicit from the students all the different Rrr sounds. We could use our little binocular thing here, our little telescope, and who can see the rabbit, or the rope, or the rocking horse, or the roller skates, or the rocket, right? Or Rags ripping the rag with Robbie. Or you can ask students to come up and write straight on the board. What are we looking at? Who's this? What can you see there? What game has he been playing? Things like this. It's all very, very engaging. And for me, it becomes a really useful, really engaging tool. And that's just what I wanted to show you guys today. If you're interested in this, you can get a free test of the app online. Just go to jollylearning.co.uk and you can get yourself a free trial of the app, or contact me directly. Thank you so much.